Hey everyone, it is Liz, and I am back to do another reading. This will be part two, or the water sign collective for the Mercury Retrograde in Libra, which officially begins. I'm just adjusting my camera here, which so it doesn't fall, which officially begins on September 27th, and it goes on through October 18th of this year. And this Mercury retrograde is in Libra, which complicates things when it comes to relationships. I mean, Mercury retrograde, everybody is affected by it. But when it's in Libra, it's more, there are people who maybe like an Aries, maybe you have that rising. I think Libra and gosh, I can't think of the other sign, but there's at least three other signs that need to pay close attention during this Mercury retrograde, but we all should. It's a time, most people will tell you that Mercury retrograde is not the time to be making any important decisions. It's not the time to be signing on the dotted line if you're not sure, if you're not well informed, if you did not do your due diligence. Any ambivalence, this is not the time for big decisions. And if you know 100% about something and then okay, that's different. But this is energy that forces us to take a step back and look at everything, what we've experienced, how have we handled things in life recently, what have we learned from these experiences, where have we been challenged, where have we been most challenged. And so since it's in Libra, which is ruled by the planet Venus, this can also be indicative of relationships coming back from your past, whether for some of you it's an old lover or an old friend, a family member, whatever it may be. For some, it's necessary for closure. For others, it's an awkward surprise, but maybe not a good one. For some, it could be an awkward surprise that's a pleasant one, but with the Mercury retrograde, it's more about the closure, and communicating exactly and knowing, like for some of you out there, with water sign, whether it's your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, with this energy here, you'll have like a knowing for sure. If you just have no feelings for that, if you're no longer angry at that person, then you have forgiven them. And when you look at them, you can either like have you feel nothing, or it's just maybe pity. And even that, is a bit entertaining, amusement still. There still might be a little bit of going on, but you're getting past it. So this is for the water sign collective during Mercury retrograde, starting, like I said, soon, the 27th of September. But this is the water sign collective: Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, like I said, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. And so I didn't even tell you I am using my I took notes, guys, sorry. I am using my Sevilla Della Zingara deck, which, as you can see, I had to repackage, but you can get this deck on Amazon or anywhere, really, any bookstore. I had to get a different box for it because I think you guys know, who have been watching me know, I've had this deck for, I don't know, 2 years, maybe 3. I'd say 2 years, and I've had to, repackage it, but they've been the same cards and I'm still learning. So I've gone off track here. So let's look at the water sign collective: Pisces, Scorpio, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Where you guys have been recently. This is like maybe where you've been in the last, like, it's a shadow of Mercury retrograde. And the shadow of Mercury retrograde is we begin to feel the energy shift 2 or 3 weeks before Mercury retrograde takes place. So you've got the first card here of okay, so this is, the soldier, but he's reversed. When he's upright, he's all about, willpower and strength and someone who can overcome all types of adversity. But when he's reversed, the card here is indicative of impulsivity. Sometimes it's an instant gratification type of thing. This is someone, it's like a one-night stand, but it doesn't mean you had to have one. It just means that you may have just been really unnecessarily impulsive. You may have had, for some water signs out there, you may have felt maybe you were deceptive and were trying to maybe get back at someone, or I don't know. It's just a feeling of again, impulsiveness and not making healthy choices. And so clarifying it is the Queen of Pentacles. And I mean, she's gorgeous. And the Queen of Pentacles to me is this core card. This woman, it's an earth sign vibration. So it could be that maybe some of you have an earth sign around you who has kept you grounded, has helped you in some way to process all that you've been through recently. And maybe they're walking their talk when it comes to taking responsibility for their work, their decisions. They work hard, they pay their bills, they don't get themselves, I feel like the Queen of, what personifies the Queen of Pentacles in this reading is that this woman doesn't let her emotions control her decision making, control her actions. So that's the recent past. Now, moving into the whole Mercury retrograde vibration, like I said, starting on the 27th through the 18th. And honestly, I would like look toward the end of October, but the next vibration is where you guys may be right now. And we have the card of the dark-haired man, and he is reversed, which is this kind of lack of self-respect or lack of integrity. You may be dealing with currently in this energy we're in right now that you guys are in. You may be dealing with feeling like someone has failed you, or maybe you didn't finish up a project. For some, I'm picking up like almost like a unfinished projects, things that need to be completed, because when he's reversed, he can be looked upon as someone who is really immature, someone that you really can't trust, a traitor at times, someone who's incompetent. And so you could be essentially feeling like not incompetent, but I would say with this Mercury retrograde energy, it's this, you're not yourself. I think a lot of you have integrity, and I believe that a lot of you know how to, behave appropriately, but in this energy, you may have failed to step up to the plate because of your emotions or because of frustration, because we have this clarification card of the Seven of Pentacles. Such a pretty card. And Seven of Pentacles is literally, it's all about patience, working hard, it takes time to develop, whether it's a skill or a goal or a project you're working on. Things, they don't grow overnight. Earth, Rome wasn't built in a day. Trees don't grow overnight. And so the vibration here with the dark-haired man, I feel like you're currently in a position where you're still waiting, as you're waiting for things, to, like, you have this inner knowing that things are going to get great, they're going to be so much better, but like there's still so much work to be doing, and you're doing it, you're working, and there may be this like plateau, like you're not where you want to be, like something is not moving, but that changes in the future. I think that moving into your, again, this is Mercury retrograde, the immediate vibration into Mercury or retrograde, the immediate future regarding the water sign collective is the card of, it's the surprise card, which is upright. The surprise card is, it's a breakthrough. It could literally be a surprise, a pleasant surprise. But when she's reversed, it's more like, this is not the time to be making decisions. This is not the time to be deciding on anything big, anything important. Again, like I said before, unless 100% that it's all good, then do it. But even then, I would give it a little bit of time, unless time is of the essence. It's a whole different level here, but a lot of you will be experiencing this feeling of, well, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should try that. Maybe I should, don't do it. Don't be impulsive. Don't, use your filter, because you've got, there you go. The clarification card is justice, which is all about karmic balance. And my message, use your filter. You want to make decisions that are based, on reality, that are realistic. You want to make decisions that are fair and not, it's one thing to think outside of the box. It's another thing to just completely be way outside the box, past, left, off center, so this justice card is kind of giving you this vibration of, in your immediate future. You're going to be like, well, maybe I should, you're getting like my dad would say, bless his heart, I miss you, Daddy. Daddy would say, I've got the spilkies. The spilkies in Yiddish is you can't sit still. So for some of you, you may be waiting and waiting patiently for something, and you've been putting all your effort with the Seven of Pentacles here. You've been working. It's been frustrating. You're losing patience. And the Justice card is just saying, it's a major arcana card. It's saying, wait. Remember, major arcana cards are like the weather, right? We can't control the weather. We can only prepare. So preparation with Justice is saying, as a clarification card to the card here of surprise, by the way. And like I said, it's bad ideas. I feel like whatever you're thinking about, you need to be very cautious of who you trust right now too. But the Justice card is saying, just take your time, pace yourself, because moving into the next vibration, this is, more about how you're seeing yourself, and the outside, it's kind of activation and how you're seeing yourself. With this card, you have it's tenderness, so I feel like a lot of you, even during Mercury retrograde, aren't feeling alone. You seem to have either someone close to you, more than one person, as far as family and close friends. So there is a lot of support there. And for some of you that are couple, if you're involved in a relationship, a marriage, whatever it is, a friendship, whatever this is, there's peace, there's comfort, there's nurturing and understanding, and clarifying it is this lovely Knight of Cups, which is you guys. It's that water sign vibration. He is open to receive. He's also open to giving, very giving, loving energy. He might be emotionally ready to he's charming. I think that with this card, especially this water sign vibration, when I look at him, you guys are being asked to, whatever it is you're getting yourself involved in, even if it's like an old relationship. Remember, Mercury retrograde in Libra could be someone from the past coming back. That's possible. Or it's meeting someone that reminds you of somebody, whatever that is. It's almost like telling you to go slow, enjoy, have fun. This person could be very charming for those of you that are single and looking, or even if you're not looking and you're single, there's this very lovely feeling around you during this period of Mercury retrograde where you're not alone, and the possibility of either someone coming back from your past or reconnecting or connecting with somebody new, could be exciting and interesting. Now, moving into outside influences. This is the card of the visit. So around, I would say, during this cycle of Mercury retrograde, don't be surprised if there's an unexpected visitor. It looks like a pleasant visit to me. I feel like I have the dropsies during Mercury retrograde, apparently. Hold on, guys. Let me get back to my notes. There we go. Sorry, thank you for your patience. Okay, so, it seems like the outside influences here with the card of the visit, to me, it does literally mean a pleasant surprise, and it's also represented by, I believe, the Jack of Hearts, which is, an exchanging of information with friends. It's someone who is offering you some love and support, and it's a nice vibration. Clarifying it is the Five of Swords. It's pretty intense energy. The clarification card for me always tells me a little bit more about the situation, and so it has to do in this situation, especially. This is adjusting. It's especially with this other vibration of the visit, I took some notes here. What did I write? Okay. With the change card, I wrote, it's learning to accept boundaries, which makes complete sense, right? So around your influences, your outside influences during Mercury retrograde in Libra, that makes sense. I wrote that down, that That's why I wrote that down. We all have to, at some point, face up with our own demons, or face up with something that may have been, I don't know, we've been resisting it. The harder, I know this to be true because I've experienced it, the harder we resist change, the more painful it's going to be. It doesn't have to be painful. Whatever it is you're resisting, or whatever it is, you're doing where you feel change is necessary, but it's really frightening you. This is your time to step up to the plate and adjust to these new changes. Because I do know, change is very uncomfortable, but usually, and most of the time, it's always for the best. As we move into the message from Spirit, this is always what to look for during this time. You've got the angry woman. When she's upright, she is up to no good. This is a person who creates all sorts of problems. She's very controlling. She spews a lot of insults and criticism, but when she's reversed, the vibration here is don't give in to the bullies. Don't become the bully. Don't be that person who becomes so impatient that they start having tantrums. It's easier said than done, but I do feel like, because the clarification card is the Four of Wands, there's a completion here. There's an ending to a way of living your life and a beginning, a new cycle that is starting where you guys should be open-minded and celebrating what's to come. So there is this interesting advice from this reading to not become the bully, to not, there's no need for, the know-it-alls, whether it's you or people around you. Those are people that really don't know it all. They think they know it all, but I feel like you have to understand and embrace, why are you here? What are you going through right now? And the Four of Wands is just that, it's like a validation. It's a clarification that all is not lost. You're not the bully. Maybe you were bullied, but you're in a position where you need to stay in control. As my friend Tisha Agri would say, she would say, stay leveled. Keep yourself leveled. Because the outcome we have is the card of the messenger, or the letter, sorry, but the letter's reversed. Normally, the letter, when upright, is literally, receiving a message or a letter or an email from somebody. When it's reversed, there are delays, there are setbacks. So during Mercury Retrograde, I am certainly not surprised that for some of you, waiting for messages, waiting to hear from something, waiting to hear from somebody about something important, or waiting to hear from someone about whatever it is. To me, it has a lot to do with your life, the way you're living your life right now, waiting for some big changes to appear. This card here, the letter reversed, is that there are delays. It's not what it seems, even with the delays. Even if you don't hear from a person immediately like you thought you would eventually, with the Seven of Swords clarifying it. Seven of Swords is all about uncertainty. It's a vacillation vibration, right? The Crowley deck, the Thoth deck, calls it futility. I can see that futility, that uncertainty, that doubt. But I also see it in your reading here, water signs, as to exercise caution. And remember that you're still in a position, whatever it is you're looking for, whatever is coming, you still have the upper hand. You need to just use diplomacy and tact. Don't let your emotions take over here. This is not the time for that. I swear to God, don't do it. I know I've done it. I have. Quite recently, actually, and things happen. But in your situation here, for the Water Sign Collective, literally diplomacy is required. Discernment, discretion, the triple D's. And then, of course, there's this need to just tread lightly between now and, the 18th at least. Just don't let your emotions take over here. The Seven of Swords is indecisiveness at its finest, but it's also, remember, the universe is testing you, in a way, because of this, this knowing that you have the upper hand on one hand, but the Seven of Swords literally can be, it's exercising not just caution, but the word I'm hearing again is patience. Really, it's important. Now, I pulled a few cards from the bottom just to tally, finish up the reading here, and I got the first one was, this card of chattering, which is literally, people talking and gossiping and spreading rumors, and it also has a lot to do with um, learning how to keep secrets to yourself. I feel like for some of you who have good news to share, maybe it's not the time yet. You can celebrate with certain people in your life, but I feel like it's not time to tell everybody everything, because you've got the next card of, let's see here. This is the card of waiting reversed. And so it has a couple of different connotations to it. Uh, it's again arguments and gossip, and I feel like the advice here with this reversal, especially, I'm just looking at it upright, the waiting, my feeling is that you've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and this is kind of saying, don't listen to the chatter, don't argue with people. Again, I feel like whatever problems you have right now, don't let it out on others, don't lose your cool. And then we have the card of, I'm going to pull a couple of more. We have the protector, and this is the King of Clubs. This is someone who is going to protect you. So in my mind, a lot of you are going through a period where you may feel like no one's on my side. When you're hoping that everything's coming to fruition, possibly feels right, then you've got this anxiety and stress of not knowing and waiting and getting the spilkies, and then all of a sudden the protector comes and is saying, you're all set, you're good, we're going to help you out. And then the last card I pulled was that of reconciliation. So this is this is a great vibration of like an agreement. It's not just reconciliation, but it can be reconciliation. Shaking a hand, a deal is made. So I do feel that throughout this Mercury retrograde for the water sign collective, you guys have an interesting, few weeks ahead of you where you really need to just not let your emotions get the best of you. Whatever about, whatever secrets you have, not even secrets, your own personal information, keep it to yourself. No gossiping about anybody. It's just not, it's one thing to gossip or chatter with one friend, but to do it with everybody, it becomes very toxic. And so you're being asked here to remember that don't make any impulsive decisions. Allow the karmic energy of justice. The scales of justice will do what it needs to do. Just don't leap at anything quickly right now. Okay. And finally, just trust the process. Okay, you guys will get through this period. I have faith in you. This is not the time to be, I think that socializing for you guys is a good thing, but you don't want to gamble on, you don't want to risk, if you're hanging out with friends and partying and having fun, that's great. But on the other hand, during this Mercury retrograde, don't share too much personal information. Keep everything light for a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the video here. I hope this was helpful, and feel free to, I love your feedback. So leave some feedback. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I would so appreciate to see those numbers grow. I don't know how they all do it, but I would really appreciate my numbers to go up. And I would love for you to share. And if when I get to 1,800, I will randomly choose 2 subscribers to receive a 15-minute reading with me by phone or by, if you're in another country, it could be Zoom, okay, or Facebook, Messenger, whatever you choose. So let's move this channel up. Let's get the numbers going up. So I am going to also post my appointment app because I have openings available all week going into, I think, it's Saturday. So I'm available. I've got openings, and currently running a special where you can receive 15% off a 45-minute reading, and that's there. So when you go to the link, you'll see. I will leave my email. So if you have any political questions, any celebrity questions that you want me to do on the channel, you can email me directly. So I will see you guys soon, and I will definitely see you before Halloween. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay safe. Blessings to all. Bye.